Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. And this time I'm going to talk about the UEFA Champions League 2025-2026 season league phase match day 6 scores. All this week was played the match day 6 on UEFA Champions League 2025-2026. So for that reason I'm recording this video where I'm going to talk about the games, the scores, and how is the standings through our six match day in the season. So let's start. Well, this was a match day, the last match day in the year. Where remember the last two match day, the 7 and 8, are gonna to be played the next year. So let's start. Yesterday were played the first 9 games, where in the first game the Olympiacos defeated the Kairat as a waiting 1-0. This was an important victory because with this victory the Olympiacos got the 5 points, and they are 2 games shy of the playoff zone, and the Kairat are in the bottom with only 1 point, and they are practically eliminated. In another game, the Bayern Munich suffered more than I expected, but in the end they could get the victory, and they defeated the Sporting Lisboa 3-1. To be honest, the Bayern Munich should have won this game easily by 7 goal difference, but they battled a lot. The Sporting Lisboa play a good game in defenses, but in the end the Bayern show they are in this moment one of the best team in the league, and they got the victory. With this victory, the Bayers went up to the second place. They stayed in the second place with 15 points, and the Sporting Lisboa fell to the 14th place, and they stayed with 10 points. In another game, I think that it was a surprise. The Liverpool defeated the Inter Milan 1-0. About this game, the Liverpool was the best team, to be honest, but they couldn't score a goal. When I thought that the game was going to be finishing a tie, Liverpool, the referee called a penalty for Liverpool. Dominic Soboslai scored the only goal of the game and got the victory to Liverpool. With this victory, the Liverpool returned to the victory, and they went up to the 9th place with 12 points, and the Inter Milan play a back-to-back games, and they fell to the 6th place, and they stayed with 12 points. In another game, the Barcelona suffered more than I expected, but they could get the victory 2-1. The Barcelona come back after they were trailing 1-0 in the halftime, and Jules Kounde scored two goals in a lapse of 3 minutes and got the victory to the Barcelona. With this victory, the Barcelona returned to the victory. They went up to the 15th place. They have 10 points, and the Frankfurt went down to the 30th place. They are with 4 points, and they are 3 points shy of the playoff zone. In another game, I think that this was one of the surprises of the week. The Atalanta defeated the Chelsea 2-1. I thought that this was a very funny game, to be honest, and I think that the fair score should have been a draw. But to be honest, the Atalanta took the advantage to playing home, and they got the victory, an important victory. With this victory, the Atalanta went up to the 5th place with 13 points. In this moment, they have 3 consecutive victories, and the most probably they're going to qualify to minimum the playoff. And the Chelsea with the loss, they went down to the 13th place, and they stayed with 10 points. In another game, the Tottenham didn't have any problem and defeated Slavia Praha 3-0. To be honest, the Tottenham had an easy game, and they should have won this game easily by minimum 7 goal difference. With this victory, the Tottenham went up to the 11th place, and they got to 11 points, and the Slavia Praha fell to the 33rd place, and they stayed with 3 points. They are winless, and the most probably they're going to be eliminated. And in another game, the Atletico de Madrid traveled to Eindhoven in Netherlands and defeated the PSV 3-2. About this game, the Atleti was the best team, and they should have won this game minimum by another 2 goal difference. But the most important is that they got the victory and 3 points. With this victory, the Atletico Madrid won its 3rd consecutive game. They went up to the 8th place with 12 points, and the PSV went down to the 21st place, and they stayed with 8 points. But in this moment, they are still in the playoff zone. And in another game, The Monaco defeated the Galatasaray 1-0. The Monaco battled more than expected, but in the end, they could get the victory and they won this game 1-0. But they should have won this game by minimum another goal difference. This was an important victory because the Monaco went up to the 19th place with 9 points, the same points that the Galatasaray, that in this moment they are in the 18th place. And in the yesterday's last game, the Marseille defeated the 3-2 the Union SG. To be honest, the Union SG play a very great game, and I think that minimum they deserve the draw. But the Marseille showed that in this moment they have a better team, especially better players, and they go the victory. With the victory, the Marseille went up to the 16th place, and they have 9 points, and the Union SG went down to the 27th place. They have 6 points, and in this moment they are out of the playoff zone, so they need to start to win games to try to qualify to the minimum playoff. And today's games, in the last 9 games of the match day, the Copenhagen did a surprise and defeated the Villareal 3-2 as a away team. The Copenhagen did a tremendous game, and I think that they did enough to win this game. I think that the Fire result should have won a draw, where I thought that this game was going to finish in a draw, but in the minus 90, Andreas Cornelius gave the victory to the Copenhagen, and they got the victory. This was a very important victory because now with this victory, the Copenhagen are in the 24th place, the last spot in the playoff, and they have 7 points, and they have a back-to-back victories. And the Villareal went down to the 35th place. They have only 1 point, and the most probably they're going to be eliminated. In another game, the Ajax defeated the Qarabag 4-2 at home. This was a very important victory, where I think that the Ajax was the best team, but the Qarabag played a tremendous game, and minimum they could get the fight, but the Ajax got the victory. With this victory, the Ajax won the first game of the competition. They have 3 points. It looks very difficult that they can qualify to the playoff, but they need to win the last 2 games of the season and wait for some combination. And the Qarabag, with the loss, they went down to the 22nd place with 7 points. They still are in the playoff zone, but they need to start to win games. If not, they're going to be eliminated. In another game, in another surprise, the Borussia Dortmund and Bodo Glimt tied the game 2-2. I think that the Dortmund should have won this game easily by 3 or 4 goal difference, because they were the best team. But the Bodo Glimt did a very great job. They defended very well, and they tied the game, and they got a very important point. With this tie, the Dortmund went down to the 10th place with 11 points, and the Bodo Glimt won or earned his 3rd point of the season. They are in the 32nd place, and the most probably they are going to be eliminated. In another game, the Leverkusen and Newcastle tied the game 2-2. I think that the Leverkusen maybe they should have won this game, because I think that they were a little better than the Newcastle, but in the end they couldn't score the 3rd goal to win this game, and they got the only 1 point. With this point, the Leverkusen stayed in the 20th place with 9 points, and the Newcastle went down to the 12th place when they have 10 points. In another game, the Benfica defeated the Napoli 2-0. About the Benfica, they took the advantage to play in home. They were the best team in the game, and they deserve this victory. With this victory is very important, because now the Benfica, after started the season with 4 consecutive losses, they have won a back-to-back games, and in this moment they are one position shy of the playoff zone, where they are 1 point shy of the playoff zone. And if Benfica win the last 2 games, the most probably they're going to qualify to the playoff run. And about the Napoli, with this loss, they fell to the 23rd place. They have 7 points, but the Napoli are in risk to be eliminated if they don't win the last 2 games. In the another game, the Juventus defeated the Pafos 2-0. About this game, The Juventus battled more than I expected, but they could get the victory when in a lapse of 6 minutes they scored the 2 goals. The Pafos play a tremendous game, to be honest. I minimum they deserve the victory, but this is not about this year. With this victory, the Juventus have a back-to-back victories and they escalate to the 17th place, with 9 points. And about the Pafos with this loss, they went down to the 26th place. They stayed with 6 points, and in this moment they are out of the playoff zone. In another game, the Arsenal didn't have any problem and defeated the Club Brugge 3-0. About this game, the Arsenal should have won this game easily by 5 or 6 goal difference, because they were the best team. With this victory, the Arsenal stayed in the first place. They are the only team that have won the 6 games. They have 18 points and they have a perfect record. But remember that this is only the group stage. Let's see if they can compete in the knockout round. And about the Club Brugge, they went down to the 21st place. They stayed with 4 points and they are 3 points below the playoff zone. And about another game, another surprise, the Athletic Club and the PSG tied the game 0-0. About this game, I think that the PSG should have won this game minimum by 4 goal difference, because they were the best team. They create a lot of goal opportunities, but the Athletic Club have had luck, and also they defend them very well, and they got the tie and the 1 point. With this tie, the PSG went down to the 3rd place and they have 13 points. And the Atleti, this was a very important point, because in this moment they are in the 28th place. They have 5 points and they are 2 points below the playoff zone. And in the last game of the week, the Manchester City traveled to the Santiago Bernabeu to the Madrid, Spain, to face the Real Madrid and defeated the Real Madrid, the owner of this competition. About this game, this was a very great game, to be honest. I think that the Real Madrid was the best team in the first 30 minutes, when they were leading 1-0 in the minute 28 with a tremendous goal for Rodrigo that scored for first time in the season. But in a lapse of 8 minutes, the Manchester City come back and they scored 2 goals and they won this game easily. In the second half, the Manchester City was the best team and they won this game, where I think that the Manchester City should have won this game minimum by another goal difference. With this victory, the Manchester City went up to the 4th place with 30 points, and about the Real Madrid, they went down to the 7th place with 12 points. And then most probably, maybe this was the last time that the Xabi Alonso managed these teams, because the most probably he's going to be fired for the bad performance according to the Real Madrid level. And let's see if he's going to be fired and who is going to be the Real Madrid next head coach. So, who is the table? Who I told you, Arsenal is in the first place. They are undefeated and they have a perfect record. The Bayern Munich are in the 2nd place with 15 points, and the 3rd place are tied the PSG and the Manchester City with the 13 points, and Atalanta, that is a surprise in this moment of the season, where these three teams, the PSG, Man City, and Atalanta, are tied. The Inter Milan, Real Madrid, and Atleti have the same points, 12. They are the three last spot that qualify direct to the playoff, and now qualify direct to the round of 16. And the teams that are in the playoff zone are Liverpool, are in the 9th place with 12 points. The Dortmund and the Tottenham are tied with 11 points in the 10th place. The Newcastle, the Chelsea, the Sporting CP, and the Barcelona are tied in the 12th place with 10 points. The Marseille, Juventus, Galatasaray, Monaco, Leverkusen tie in the 16th place with 9 points. The PSV are in the 21st place with 8 points. And the Qarabag, Napoli, and Copenhagen are the last 3 teams that are in this moment in the playoff zone. And the rest of the teams in this moment are out of the playoff zone, where in this moment the teams that still have possibility to qualify to the playoff are the Benfica, that with the back-to-back victories now they are 1 point below the playoff zone. The Pafos, the Union SG, Athletic Club, Olympiacos, Frankfurt, and Club Brugge. I think that these 7 teams still have possibility to qualify to the playoff. And in my opinion, I think that the Bodo, Glimt, Slavia, Praha, Ajax, Villareal, and Kairat, Almaty are eliminated. So, how I told you, this was the last match day of the UEFA Champions League 2025-2026 season of the year. And remember that the Champions League is going to return to the match 7 in the last days of the January of the next year, and the last match day, the A, is it will be played the last two match day, the 7 and 8, are going to be playing the last 2 weeks of the January 26th. So let's wait for the last two match days. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments or questions, you can write me in the social media platform. So see you next video. Cheers.